Right now, at this very second, you have a pair of vital organs working on overdrive. And honestly, they might be quietly struggling without you even having a clue. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're uncovering the 10 silent signs your kidneys might be failing well before it's too late. You see, your kidneys are absolute workhorses. They're some of the hardest working organs in your entire body, quietly grinding 24/7 to balance your minerals, regulate your blood pressure, and keep you alive. But because they do their job so quietly behind the scenes, when things start going wrong, the initial warning signs are incredibly easy to just brush off.
To really wrap your head around what they do, just think about the number 50. That represents 50 gallons, or about 180 liters of blood that your kidneys are filtering every single day. I mean, that's enough to fill a pretty massive fish tank. Imagine a highly advanced, continuous filtration plant purifying your entire blood supply over and over, pulling out the trash and perfectly balancing your body's fluids. It's a monumental, delicate task.
So what actually happens when they silently fail? Let's dive right into this. The biggest, scariest problem with kidney disease is that it develops silently. In those early stages, you aren't going to feel pain in your lower back. You won't feel physically sick at all. By the time most people actually notice physical symptoms, significant damage to those delicate internal filters has already happened. Basically, your kidneys don't scream when they're in trouble, they whisper.
Let's start with Section 1, the silent kidney threat. Because your kidneys whisper instead of screaming, you really need to know if you're already in the danger zone before we even hit those 10 warning signs. The big ones, diabetes and high blood pressure. If you have either of those, or if you struggle with obesity, if you smoke, or, well, if you're simply advancing in age, you absolutely must pay close attention to the rest of this explainer. Your kidneys are already dealing with extra stress, which makes listening for those quiet whispers completely crucial. Moving on to Group 1 of the warning signs, fluid and filter failures. Okay, when your kidneys start losing their grip on managing your fluids, the first major symptom pops up: swelling. When they're healthy, your kidneys seamlessly pull excess sodium and water right out of your bloodstream. But when they aren't working right, that fluid has to go somewhere, so it builds up in your tissues. This is exactly why you might notice some unexplained puffiness in your ankles, feet, hands, or even your face. And it's not just holding a little water from eating salty fries. It's an actual structural filtration failure.
Naturally, that filtration failure leads straight into our next sign, and it's one we all need to watch out for: changes in your bathroom habits. Are you suddenly getting up 3 or 4 times a night to go? Or maybe you're going a lot less than usual. You've got to look at the physical signs too. If your urine is foamy, dark, cloudy, or, worst case, bloody, those are major red flags. Foamy urine especially is a massive indicator that something large has literally slipped right through those broken filters.
Which actually brings us to the fascinating, kind of wild science behind puffy eyes. If you wake up with constant puffiness around your eyes that just refuses to go away with sleep or ice packs, well, actually, scratch that. It's not just a lack of sleep. It could be protein leakage. When your kidneys' filters get damaged, they act like a torn sieve. They let vital, essential proteins escape your body and leak straight into your urine. Since protein acts like a sponge to keep fluid inside your blood vessels, losing it means fluid leaks out into the surrounding tissues, especially the super delicate skin around your eyes.
Now for Group 2 of our symptoms, the toxin takeover. When the waste products start overwhelming your body, instead of getting flushed down the drain, the side effects hit your whole system. You might get incredibly dry, itchy skin that literally no amount of lotion can fix. Why? Because the toxic buildup is irritating the nerves right under your skin. You might also lose your appetite, feel nauseous, or randomly get this weird metallic taste in your mouth when you eat. And since those unfiltered toxins are freely floating all the way up to your brain, you could get hit with severe brain fog, making it ridiculously hard to concentrate.
It's honestly crazy how we can connect kidney failure straight to something as common as muscle cramps. Healthy kidneys act as a master balancer for minerals like calcium, potassium, and phosphorus in your blood. When they're damaged, that toxic imbalance directly causes those super painful, frequent muscle cramps, especially down in your legs. So it's not just that you didn't stretch after a run. It's your body reacting to a chaotic chemical environment where your nerves and muscles are just misfiring.
Let's look at Group 3 of the symptoms, the blood and oxygen crisis.
Kidney health is incredibly, inextricably tied to the oxygen levels in your blood. If you are constantly exhausted, it might not just be your busy schedule. Healthy kidneys produce a super important hormone called erythropoietin, or EPO for short. This hormone tells your bone marrow to crank out oxygen-carrying red blood cells. When your kidneys are failing, EPO production basically plummets. This leads straight to anemia. Your brain and your muscles are literally being starved of oxygen, giving you this deep, heavy fatigue that resting simply cannot cure.
And because your body is literally starving for oxygen, and maybe also fighting fluid buildup from those broken filters we talked about earlier, you might experience our 9th sign: shortness of breath. If walking up a single flight of stairs suddenly leaves you completely winded or gasping for air, and you haven't been doing heavy cardio, that's a direct result of this ongoing oxygen and fluid crisis in your lungs.
This brings us right to our 10th and final sign: high blood pressure that is stubbornly hard to control. Kidneys are supposed to regulate your blood pressure by managing fluid and releasing hormones. But here's the really vicious cycle. Kidney disease causes high blood pressure, and then that elevated blood pressure turns around and causes even more damage to the fragile blood vessels inside the kidneys themselves. It's a compounding loop that speeds up the organ's destruction if you don't get it in check.
So, what do we do about it? Section 4. Prevention and Early Detection.
All right, time for the good news. Kidney disease can often be completely prevented, and if you catch it early, you can slow or even stop the damage. You can actively protect these hardworking filters with just some basic daily habits. Drink plenty of water to clear waste naturally. Get some exercise and manage your weight to fight off diabetes and high blood pressure. Cut back on the salt to take the pressure off those filters. And this is a big one. Avoid relying on long-term NSAID painkillers like ibuprofen unless your doctor explicitly says so. Taking them constantly can be super toxic to your kidneys over time.
So, here's your takeaway action plan. Having one of these symptoms doesn't mean your kidneys are doomed. Other things can absolutely cause them. But if you're noticing a few of these warning signs sticking around, you need to act. Step 1, do not ignore them. Step 2, go see your doctor. Step 3, ask for simple blood and urine tests. Seriously, these tests are incredibly good at catching kidney disease way before the microscopic damage becomes permanent.
Remember, early detection saves kidney function, and in a lot of cases, it can literally save lives. Listen to the whispers before they turn into screams. Ask yourself, what's one small change you can make today to support the 50 gallons of life-saving work your kidneys are going to do for you tomorrow? If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more science-based health content. Thank you for watching Doctorspective.